You're listening to the All Veterans Hour on WLIJ. Engaging discussion by veterans for veterans. With your hosts, Gary Leverett and Jimmy Miller. Join them as they discuss various veterans programs, issues, play powerful and healing veteran-related music, and keep the American citizen informed on things they ought to know. Right here on The Leader, WLIJ, every second and fourth Monday on 98.7 FM and AM 1580, and reaching around the world on WLIJradio.com. The All Veterans Hour on WLIJ is brought to you by United Communications, the Holy Crab Shack, the American Legion Post 23, and by the DAV Chapter 43.
Good morning, Shelbyville, Bedford County. It's Gary Leverett. We're with the All Veterans Hour. Glad you could join us this morning. Got two co-hosts here this morning. Got Jimmy Miller. Good morning, Jimmy.
Good morning, Gary.
Jimmy's been with me for a while now, and before Jimmy, we had Jim Short, and Jim's come back today. Good morning, Jim.
Oh, good morning, Gary. It's good to be back behind the mic.
It's a beautiful day out there today, and maybe we can get outside and get some exercise. Anyway, we're all about veterans and trying to keep you informed on what's going on in Shelbyville about veterans and what's happening at the VA about our veterans. And our next project, I guess you would say, would be Memorial Day. Memorial Day is coming up on the 26th of May. That's always the last Monday in May. And it's going to be at 11 a.m. on the square. South side of the square. If you go around the square to where our memorial is on the south side, that's where the Veterans Memorial Day ceremony will be. Memorial Day. Very, very important day.
Very solemn day.
Yes, I'm sorry, but it's not about hamburgers and hot dogs and steaks and beer and booze. It's about our veterans who gave the ultimate sacrifice. And, it's not a good thing, when you say to a veteran, Happy Memorial Day. Memorial Day is a somber occasion. Memorial Day is for our veterans who gave the ultimate sacrifice. They went to war and didn't get to come home. I guess they did come home. They came home in a coffin, but...
Well, not all of them.
Yeah, not all of them, but most of them. But,
yeah, unfortunately, we're still missing some.
That's why we fly the MIA flag and missing in action and those who didn't get to come home. So anyway, May the 26th, we want you to come join us, south side of the square. Bring your lawn chairs. Sit back, relax, and we're going to have some speakers, and we'll have some veteran-related music. Tommy Boland's going to be our guest speaker this year. For those of you that were there last year, I know you remember Jody Miller was our speaker, and the Colonel gave an excellent speech. Wasn't a dry eye in the place when he finished, and I always thank Jody for what he did because it was an awesome job. But Tommy Boland, who actually worked under Jody Miller, Tommy's going to be our guest speaker this year. Tommy's also in Shelbyville, lives in Shelbyville, and he's going to be one of the guest speakers. American Legion Commander Tim Estes will be one of our speakers. He doesn't know that yet, but he will be. And
he knows now.
DAV Commander Brian Melton, along with VFW Commander James Painter. So we'll have speakers, we'll have music, sound provided by WLIJ's own Chase Clanton will be doing our sound for us. Make sure everybody can hear. So Jim, I know you've got some thoughts on Veterans Day over there.
Yeah, I do, Gary. Originally Memorial Day was called Decoration Day. And as a kid, I can remember attending ceremonies as Decoration Day when a lot of people would go to the cemeteries and place flowers on loved ones' graves, and particularly those people that were veterans. And a lot of the states and cities within those states kind of argued or fought over a little bit of where the Decoration Day originated. Several states claimed that title, you might say, and within those states, several cities were saying, no, we started Decoration Day ourselves. So it was not until President Lyndon B. Johnson in 1966 decided to officially recognize Waterloo, New York, as being the founding city of what we call Memorial Day. So it was interesting to know that it goes back even prior to the Civil War, but it became very popular after the Civil War. 600,000 of our citizens of the United States died in that war. 600,000, that's a lot of people. But they decided it would be good to recognize on Decoration Day then that those graves be adorned with flowers. So for a long, long time, it was Decoration Day. And it was not until 1971 that it was officially declared to be Memorial Day. That's not too awful long ago. 71 is, I can remember very well, Gary.
Was that when they changed it to the last Monday in May?
Last Monday in May was, let's see, I have that date here in my paperwork. Let me see if I can spot it real quick. In 1968, Congress changed this observance to the last Monday in May, and as I said, in 1971, standardized its name as Memorial Day.
So everybody gets a long weekend on Memorial Day.
Absolutely.
Because it's on a Monday, so.
But it is a very solemn day, and I agree with you, Gary, when you said we should not allow people that are not in the know, and I know sometimes people don't realize what they're saying when they say Happy Memorial Day, but it should not be done. It's a very solemn day, and it should be treated as such. And when Memorial Day gets here in 2 weeks, we should not be saying Happy Memorial Day. It's a very solemn day.
It's a day of remembrance.
Day of remembrance, absolutely.
For remembering those who gave it all, All of us gave some, but some of us gave it all. And that's what Memorial Day is all about. And again, that'll be at 11 a.m., May 26th, last Monday in May. You can always remember that it's the last Monday in May. And we'll be on the south side of the square. And we want you to come join us. Bring your lawn chairs. Sit in the shade. It might be a hot, sunny day. We don't know. But anyway, we had a very good service last year, and looking forward to having an even better service this year. So come join us May 26th, 11 a.m. And again, bring your lawn chairs and sit back and relax. It's not a real long service, but I think that you'll be glad you came.
Very special day here in Bedford County.
Yes, it is. We always like to play some veteran-related music, so I think we'll do our first song today. And this is This song is called The Ho Chi Minh Highway. It's Dennis Buchanan's story, and it's the vocals on it are by Matt Dame.
It started out a little jungle trail, but every year the politicians failed. It got a little wider. Now a whole lot of men like me are carried back to who they used to be. Every day of our lives, we get a little sideways down the Ho Chi Minh Highway. I'm barely 18. The temp is 117. Welcome to the jungle. That's a road that takes me back with 500,000 memories and an old rucksack. Bombs fall, kids die, hell comes out of the sky. And right then I get a little sideways on the Ho Chi Minh Highway. That's right. Now that the kids are gone, the wife's not home. Welcome to the jungle. It gets quiet in my easy chair. The smell hits and I'm right back there. Bombs fall, kids die, hell comes out of the sky. And right then I go a little sideways on the Ho Chi Minh seen things no man ever should. When he sent me you, baby, I knew God understood. Oh, and when I'm lost and I feel like I might not make it back this time, your hand reaches out for mine and you bring me home from the Ho Chi Minh Highway. The Ho Chi Minh Highway. From the Ho Chi Minh Highway. Started out a little jungle trail.
All right, that was Dennis Buchanan's song, vocals by Matt Dame, The Ho Chi Minh Highway. And Dennis has been on our radio show a couple of times before. It's about time we get him back down here, Jim.
I'll get him back if at all possible. I think he'd be willing to come in and talk to us for a while.
Yeah. Dennis is a good man. He has supported us very well. And I guess we better pay the bills, Brandon. What do you think?
Communications builds connections you can rely on. Whether it's fast internet for your home or your business, our fiber network is designed for your community. No long hold times, no out-of-town providers, just real service from real people. Call 931-740-1800 or visit united.net. Thousands of Tennesseans already trust United. United Communications. Fast, local internet.
The Holy Crab Shack, where the love runs deep. Precious catch and a faith to keep. Right here in Shelbyville, Tennessee. Good food and God come and see. The Holy Crab Shack, where the love runs deep. Precious catch and a faith to keep. Right here in Shelbyville, Tennessee. Good food and God come and see. So grab a seat.
All right, we thank our sponsors, United Telephone and the Holy Crab Shack. Speaking of the Holy Crab Shack, they're not just a seafood place. They introduced me to the elk burger. First time I ever had an elk burger, and it was good. Then the next time I went in there, they introduced me to the bison burger, and it was good. And they also have a buffalo burger. I don't think I've had that one yet. And then they have your standard American hamburger, I guess you'd say. But anyway, so seafood place and a burger place. So that's the Holy Crab Shack. They've been real good to the veterans. They sponsor this show, and they sponsored some other things for us. Jimmy, tell us about the American Legion and the DAV.
Okay, our organizations, we both meet at the same building on 1355 Tennessee Highway 130 East. Our American Legion Post 23 meets on the first Tuesday of the month. We have meat provided by Rowdy Ranch. All we ask is that you bring a covered dish, and spouses are welcome at this event. Our DAV Chapter 43 meets on the second Tuesday of the month, and they also have meat provided by Rowdy Ranch, and spouses are welcome to this event too.
We eat well.
We do. We eat real well. And we need you veterans out there to come join us. Out of the over 3,000 veterans in Bedford County, and only about, 2% are in the Legion and the DAV. So I think Legion has about 80 members, and the DAV has 150, somewhere around there. And we need you guys. Come join us the first Tuesday night and the second Tuesday night of the month if you're eligible. DAV must be rated by the Veterans Administration as having a disability, and 0% to 100% will get you in the club, in the organization. American Legion, I believe all you have to do is have served 1 day of active duty to be eligible. It's much easier to be eligible for the DAV. I'm sorry, for the American Legion. It's easier to be eligible for the American Legion.
Yeah.
And all of our organizations right now are in the middle of officer elections. You started to say something, Jimmy?
I did, because I've been keeping up with the VA compensation. It's on a Facebook page, and so here lately I've read so many posts from widows that are trying to go back because their husbands served in Vietnam, and they've passed from things that have been attributed to Agent Orange. And this website, only experts give advice on there, but it is so hard for these spouses after their husbands passed to come back and claim, my husband died from Agent Orange. It's a nightmare for them. So I would encourage anybody that you even possibly think that you might have something wrong to go to the VA, come to the DAV, meet some of those people, talk to them. Because if you don't have a rating and you've served in the military any amount of time, you probably should have a rating.
And another way that you can get that information, Jimmy, is we have a local veteran service officer.
A lot of times I see people post on there and go, who do I need to go see? Or they try to do it themselves, which I don't recommend anyone to go do.
No, it's too complicated, and the system is. It's a good system. I mean, they've taken very good care of me. I have no complaints about the VA.
Ben Ely is a very knowledgeable guy. He's our VSO, and my goodness, just give him a call. He'll help you out. And I might as well give you that phone number.
Yeah, you give him that.
Call 931-685-4838. Talk to his assistant there or Ben Ely himself, and he'll get you an appointment. You can go in and see him and file some paperwork, maybe get you some compensation.
And be sure that you make an appointment, because that is a very busy office. And you don't want to be sitting out there for an hour while he's helping somebody else. So get you an appointment. Ms. Cara is administrative assistant. We'll be glad to set you up an appointment with them. And again, that's Ben Ely. And give me that number again, Jim.
Yes, 931-685-4838. And by the way, that is also the contact number if someone out there would like to honor a veteran that's in the family or someone they know well, and get them a brick to go up on the right by the courthouse and the veterans, what do we call it, Gary?
Memorial.
Veterans Memorial area on the south side of the courthouse. And it's a good thing to do. Those bricks right now are costing us $150, and that money goes to the Veterans Council.
It does. It goes to the council, and the council helps veterans in need. So we do need money, and we put on, we fund the Memorial Day celebration. We also fund Veterans Day celebration. The difference in Memorial Day and Veterans Day, Memorial Day is for those that gave the ultimate sacrifice, and Veterans Day is for all veterans. So, the Veterans Council puts those two events on and funds them, and we also try to help our veterans in need. And we go back to Ben Ely a minute. Ben's in the basement of the courthouse. If you go on the east side of the square, there's a ramp that goes down to the basement of the courthouse, and there are no steps. You can take a wheelchair, a walker, or whatever you need, and go down the ramp, go through the doors, and go into Ben's office. Ben's office is on one side, and his administrative assistant's office is on the other side, and Miss Carol will help you get signed up to see Ben and get you in the VA system. And it's very important. I've heard people say all the time, I'm okay. There are other people that need it worse than I do. Well, that's the wrong attitude, in my opinion, because you raised your right hand and promised to defend this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and they said they would take care of you. So that contract is still valid. So you never know when the catastrophic event's going to happen and you need them and you're not signed up to be in there. You never know when that C word's going to come into your life. So go see Ben and get some general information, And if he thinks you have a case, he'll file the paperwork for you. He'll do all the work. You just tell him what you need. And he's very good at what he does. I was talking about our organizations, the DAV and the VFW. They're in the middle of officer elections right now. And the American Legion has finished theirs. Commander is Tim Estes for next year again. And our senior vice is sitting right over here next to me, Jimmy Miller. Jimmy, congratulations on your election again.
Well, thank you. We need some new blood to come in there so we can get some new officers involved.
Charlie's our finance officer, does a great job. Jim used to be, I think you used to be the adjutant, didn't you, Jim?
I think so. I think I've been adjutant a couple of times and maybe finance guy a couple of times.
Yeah.
And then we have Gary. He's been the commander, the adjutant, the vice. Is there a job you haven't held?
Yeah, I hadn't been senior vice or junior vice. I have been adjutant, past commander, I guess 4 years. And finance guy, I think 1 year. But anyway, we need your help. They don't need to elect me every year. So come on in and join us. we eat real well and have some good camaraderie, and you learn some things. And so come be with us. You can call any one of us three, and we'll be glad to help you. And if you got a veteran in need, you can call any member of the American Legion or the DAV, and they will get that person to the council to get them some help. So be sure you get in that system. All right, it's a time for another song. This is Jim, I'm going to let you introduce this one.
I don't know what it is, Gary.
Me Tres Amigos.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's my song. I did that back in April of 2016, I believe it was. First time I'd ever been in a recording studio in my life. That was an education in itself. But yeah, I got with Don Goodman, and I talked about three of my buddies that are no longer with us. So I thought I'd dedicate that song to those three guys, and I miss them very much. But Mis Tres Amigos, the reason it's in Spanish, my three friends is what it means. It's because I lived down in El Paso for a number of years, and in San Antonio as well, and it was kind of common to use a little bit of Spanish from time to time, so I decided to name the song Mis Tres Amigos.
I believe that's Matt Dame on the vocal, right?
Matt Dame is on the vocal.
Our good friend Matt, he does a super job, and he's with the Steel Drivers now, right?
He is. He's doing a great job with the Steel Driver.
And he's on the road a lot. So, are you ready, Brandon? All right, let's do Mis Tres Amigos. This is Jim Short and Matt Dane.
I was the first one to pin on my wings. I wore them with honor and pride. Then Denny triggered an explosive device. Now he's wearing his in the sky. A soldier is lucky to have one true friend. Most of my life I've had three of them. Randy made us laugh, Dwayne got us lost. Denny had our backs, no matter the cost. Those three will always be my heroes. They'll always be mi tres amigos. 20 years down the road, I had retired. I wasn't there when God called Randy home. I was the oldest, but Dwayne, he went next. Now I'm putting coins on their stones. A soldier is lucky to have one true friend. Most of my life I've had three of them. Randy made us laugh, Dwayne got us lost, and Denny had our backs, no matter the cost. Those three will always be my heroes. They'll always be mi tres amigos. I never told them I loved them. That's not what a soldier did. After all of these years, I'm making amends, writing this song about them. A soldier is lucky to have one true friend. Most of my life, I've had three of them. Randy made us laugh, Dwayne got us lost, and Denny had our back, no matter the cost. Those three will always be my heroes. They'll always be mi tres amigos. Yeah, those three will always be my heroes. trace, amigos.
All right, that was Jim Short's song. Jim, you and Don, was Bob Reagan in on that too, or just you and Don?
It was just me and Don at that point. Bob would come in occasionally. He was getting Operation Song off and going still at that point, and he was traveling really all across the country. Of course, he spent a lot of his time in California. But, Arkansas, I better not start naming off states because I won't remember them all, but there's a lot of states now that have Operational Song groups meeting there. And by the way, since we're talking about Operational Song, I've got to say a hello to the group that meets in Murfreesboro, Operational Song alumni, we call ourselves, and we get together with a songwriter out of Nashville and write songs all about the experiences of some of the veterans. We have people coming in from Clarksville, Mount Juliet. Of course, I guess south is, I guess I'm about the only one that's driving up from the south. But anyway, we meet second and fourth Fridays of the month, and I sent a note out to that group this morning before I came to the station here, and invited them all to listen to the program, and I hope a bunch of them are.
Well, I want to thank the Crab Shack and United Telephone, and we'll pay some bills, Brandon.
Where the love runs deep, precious catch and a faith to keep. Right here in Shelbyville, Tennessee, good food and God come and see. The Holy Crab Shack, where the love runs deep, precious catch and a faith to keep. Right here in Shelbyville, Tennessee, good food and God come and see. So
at United Communications, we're more than just fast internet. We're your local connection to reliability and service you can count on right here in Bedford County. With fiber fast speeds and a team in your community, we keep you connected when it matters most. No long hold times, no out-of-town providers, just real service from people who care. Call 931-740-1800 or visit united.net. Thousands of Tennesseans already trust United. United Communications. Fast, local internet. You're listening to the All Veterans Hour on WLIJ, engaging discussion by veterans for veterans, with your hosts Gary Leverett and Jimmy Miller. Join them as they discuss various veterans programs, issues, play powerful and healing veteran-related music, and keep the American citizen informed on things they ought to know. Right here on The Leader, WLIJ, every second and fourth Monday on 98.7 FM and AM 1580, and reaching around the world on WLIJradio.com. The All Veterans Hour on WLIJ is brought to you by United Communications, the Holy Crab Shack, the American Legion Post 23, and by the DAV Chapter 43.
All right, we're back again for another segment of the All Veterans Hour. I remember Jim, I told Jim one day, I said, you need to go to Murfreesboro with me. He said, where are you going? Where are we going? I said, you'll find out when we get there. Now, he's been going ever since to Operation Song. So,
yeah, almost just about 9 years will be this fall, right?
It's been 10 for me or better. But anyway, a great group and very healing operation that they do, because they give the veteran an outlook to tell their story. You know, veterans kind of keep it inside unless they're talking to another veteran. And I know Jimmy's, tell us a little bit about Freedom Sings, Jimmy. I know that you're in that group, so.
Yeah, they started an organization called Freedom Sings, which is a lot like Operation Song. About a year ago, it meets in Murfreesboro on the 2nd and 4th Thursday. It's at 6 o'clock. It's at 439 Rice Street.
Yeah.
I was going to say one of y'all would correct me.
Yeah.
And this past Thursday we met. Hunter Girl was our songwriter. So she came in, joined us, and wrote a song for an incredible lady named Sarah Lee, who rode a bicycle across America. Took her 5.5 months, and she started an organization called Waypoint Vets. But so it was just an amazing time, an amazing song come out of it. But it's not just the songwriting, it's the camaraderie. We ended the class at 8:30, and then we didn't leave the parking lot till 10 o'clock because we were just all hanging out and talking. So I'd encourage, we have a big room, we'd love to fill it up. Come out, see what it's like. You can sit in the corner and not say anything and just listen to the music and just have the camaraderie. And there is some good music that comes out of there.
You know, Jim, when you and I went through it, we were in a classroom, and you didn't know what to expect when you walked in the room. And
I certainly didn't.
Don Goodman asked me, he said, where you live? And I told him. He said, what are you doing? I told him he wrote a song in about 5 minutes. It was kind of a silly song, but he wrote one, you know. And so anyway, you don't have to, if you don't want to speak, you don't have to speak. I know we had one guy that didn't speak for the first 2 months. Didn't tell us his story for the first 2 months. Finally, he got comfortable, and he began to tell us, and he wrote a great song. Believe it or not, it was about Jesus. And Mike Smith, I remember Mike.
Throwing rocks at Jesus.
Yeah, that was the name of the song, and it was an awesome song. And our good friend Ryan Taylor was in that class, and Ryan wrote that song Some Days, which we played several times on here. Jimmy, have we played your song yet?
I don't think so.
What are we waiting on? You to bring it.
Really?
That's what we're waiting on.
I don't know. Now I got a second song.
Oh, well, you might as well bring them both.
Yeah, play them back to back.
I had 2 songs myself, so I actually had 3. But anyway, yeah, they're great organizations, and actually, it's a good time. It's camaraderie, and it's a lot of, you make special friends because you see people that's been where you've been, done what you've done. And it allows you to get some of this stuff that you can't tell other people because they wouldn't understand because they hadn't been where you've been. And you're in a room with other veterans, therefore you can talk because they understand what you're talking about, you know?
Oh, yeah, and we cut up because we had a second lieutenant doing his song about a month ago, and the songwriter was trying to get the words out of him, and he kept going back and forth and stuff, and I was like, let me tell you, second lieutenants, you don't ask them their opinion, you give them their opinion because that's what they're there for. Of course, everybody chuckled, but we cut up and aggravate each other, but it's a good time.
And then, Jim, there's another organization that we're kind of fond of.
Project Healing Waters,
Yeah.
I bet you're talking about, Gary.
You
Yeah.
got it.
And I've been a member of, Gary, you got me involved in that one also. But
I've got you in all kinds of trouble.
Yeah, yeah. But Project Healing Waters Fly Fishing is a great organization, and I'd like to give a shout out to them too. They've done a lot for veterans.
Yes, they have.
And, you know, sending veterans out fishing, putting you in the middle of a cold water stream, catching trout is healing at its best, I think.
I've seen guys in wheelchairs out in the middle of a stream fishing.
Yeah.
I've seen them with missing an arm or missing a leg or some of them missing both legs and in the middle of a trout stream fishing.
it's not just fishing, but they teach you to build fly rods. They teach you to tie flies. They sent me to Michigan back a few years ago to learn how to build bamboo fly rods. I spent 9 days up there with a group of professional rod builders, and they showed me all the details of building a rod and had me build a rod. Part of those 9 days anyway, about 7 days. We actually worked on the rod, but my goodness, a bamboo fly rod is supposed to be the ultimate fishing piece of equipment. So those guys up there build rods that they sell in stores for about $1,200, $1,500 a piece. So I got me one built by with my effort. Of course, I had a professional rod builder there with me, showing me the details, but it's such a good rod, I don't want to take it out on the river. I want to hang it up on the wall. But they do things like that and a lot more.
Yeah, and the good thing about this, Jim, is it does not cost the veteran anything.
Didn't cost me a dime.
Either Operation Song or Project Eagle Waters, it doesn't cost anything.
Not a penny. And even, on my way to the airport to fly to Detroit first and then to the little town in Michigan, Lovell's Township is where we ended up. And even if I bought a sandwich at the airport, they wanted to know about it and they were going to pay me back. You can't ask for better than that. And it wasn't just me. It'd be any veteran that wanted to do that.
Yeah.
All over the country, too. Montana, Virginia. Gary, I believe you went to Virginia, didn't you?
They sent me on 2 trips. They sent me first to Branson, Missouri to fish the White River. And that was guided. It was a 2-day event, and I had 2 different guides, and caught the biggest trout I've ever caught in my life on the White River. And again, didn't cost me anything. And then they flew me to Virginia to fish the Rose River. They called it a river, but it wasn't much bigger than Flat Creek.
Yeah.
But it was called the Rose River, but it was loaded with trout. It was loaded with trout. So again, it was a good time, and I thank them for everything that they do. That's Operation Song, Freedom Sings, Project Eagle Waters, and none of it costs the veteran anything.
Yeah.
Whatever you're doing, they take care of the finances.
And the veteran will come into the organization sometime or maybe thinking about joining the organization, and they say, I don't know anything about fly fishing. Well, great. We'll teach you.
That's right.
I can take a guy that's never had a fly rod in his hand, and I can teach him to cast a fly well enough to catch trout in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Yeah. And these organizations, they just want to help veterans. That's just what they're about.
Yeah. That's all what it's about.
And all right, so this next song is called Highway 840. That's our good friend Sam Yacht's song.
Sam Yacht. Haven't seen Sam now in a while, but he's a great guy. A Marine veteran. Good song.
All right, Brandon. This is called Highway 840.
Eastbound out of Jackson, 840 takes me back. It's the road to Murfreesboro, Afghanistan and Iraq. The names turn into faces, I see them one more time. Flanagan, Siler, and Kennedy laid their lives on the line. Now they're only names on a sign. Interstate 840, the National Guard Parkway, dedicated to the fallen. I drive it every day. When I see the signs those buddies of come to my eyes on Interstate 840. 840. Now I'm out here on this highway, built on memories of brave young men and women and their precious families. We came from Tennessee, 04 to 07. Now we're rolling down a highway that leads straight to heaven. Interstate 840, the National Guard Parkway, dedicated to the fallen. I drive it every day. When I see the signs, those buddies of mine who did the dying for me, tears come to my eyes on Interstate 840. Interstate 840, the National Guard Parkway, dedicated to the fallen. I drive it every day. When I see the signs, those buddies of mine who did the dying for me, tears come to my eyes on Interstate. When I see the signs, those buddies of mine who did the dying for me, tears come to my eyes on Interstate 840. 840.
That was Interstate 840, Sam Yacht's song, and Matt Dame on the vocals. Jim, I believe you got some more information. Oh, we're going to talk about Bill Tucker. Bill Tucker is our van driver who sees to it that you veterans get to your doctor's appointment on time. Bill will pick you up at your home, take you to your appointment, bring you back to your home. We have 3 drivers. And if you need a ride to your doctor's appointment, call Bill Tucker at 931-607-7178. We're in the process of getting a new vehicle. We got the van and got another vehicle. We had 3, but one of them was in a wreck. And we think it's probably totaled, so we're down to 2 vehicles. But he's still getting everybody to their appointments on time. And again, Bill Tucker's number is 931-607-7178. Okay.
I bet he's listening to us, too.
He probably is. What you got, Jimmy?
Well, we've got another event coming up before Memorial Day, and this is called Honor Day, and it's for all the veterans, and it's hosted by Nearest Green. It'll be there at the distillery, and it's going to start at 13:30 or 15:30. I had to get my 3:30 for civilians, but they have a ceremony honoring veterans. They usually have food discounts. They usually have live music. So if you don't have anything to do on the 24th of May, come out. It's a good time. I've been there the last 2 years. This will be the 3rd year running. We have a color guard. So I encourage everyone to come out and see it, and it's a good time.
All of these events that we have, they always get a little better each year. You know, you learn from your mistakes and you get better.
You do.
And Uncle Nearest is trying to help our veterans. And again, remember, we're going to kind of review what we've talked about today. Be sure that you come to the south side of the square on May the 26th for our Memorial Day service.
And on the 24th, come to Uncle Nearest for our Honor Day ceremony starting at 3:30. Oh, now I see why he's pointing to me, because Gary got a phone call.
Yeah.
He's got one of them fancy listening devices where we don't know it.
That's right. He picks it up in his ear there, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see, what else do we got?
I got interrupted. But anyway, took my focus off what we were talking about. So, yeah, Uncle Nearest and Nearest Screen Distillery, Uncle Nearest, I guess it is, right?
Yeah, and I just got a text same time you got a phone call, and the ceremony actually starts at 3:15.
Okay, that's 15:15 for you military guys.
Rather than 15:30, it's 15:15, huh?
Yes, sir.
All right. Make that correction there. I'd like to say hello to that group that I was talking about a little bit earlier, the alumni group that meets with us at the TriStar Veterans Resource Center there on 439 Rice Street in Murfreesboro. We've been together for quite a long time, and a great bunch. I love every one of them, and can hardly wait to get back. We started a new session. I think Amy Jo said that we'd start sometime in August. She told me that she had to schedule out already, but I'll have to wait to see for sure. But anyway, great group. Thank y'all.
You've been listening to the All Veterans Hour with myself. I'm Gary Leverett with Jimmy Miller and Jim Short. Guys, thank you for coming today. We appreciate it.
Been good.
Yeah, no, thank you, Gary. You do a lot. People just don't realize what you do for our organizations.
I just show up, Jimmy. I just show up.
Well, sometimes that's the most important part.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, and any of you veterans that want to come join us, first Tuesday night, second Tuesday night, same building. The first Tuesday night is the American Legion. The second Tuesday night is the DAV, the Disabled American Veterans. And we're going to get out of here. So, Brandon, this fourth song is called Love Is On The Way by Joe Zamora. And we won't have a program on the 26th because that is Memorial Day, and all three of us will be very busy that day. But we'll be back in June, the second Monday of June and the fourth Monday of June. So everyone have a good week, and we'll see you on the 26th on the south side of the square. Brandon, take us out of here.
I know the very first time you met me, I was harder than a stone. And I apologize if I make you feel uneasy. I've been going through a lot of changes, and I'm off and on my own. But I apologize if my eyes are full of crazy. I've been thinking about the word tomorrow, but I connect to yesterday. I can hear my heartache say, I came home and lost my way. Give me something to believe in. Everything is so different here to me. I came home and lost my way. Give me something to believe in. Everything is so different now. Love is on the way. The first time you saw me crying, I was locked up in the past. I was playing my song, feeling where I've been. Oh, the last time you saw me crying, I was free at last. I was playing my song, the room was joining in. I came home and lost my way. Give me something to believe in. Everything is so different here to me. I came home and lost my way. Give me something to believe in. Everything is so different now. Love is on the way. I know the very first time you met me, I was harder than a stone, and I apologize if I made you feel uneasy. I've been going through a lot of changes, and I thought I was alone. Oh, my brothers, came to say